What's going on, guys? It's your boy John the Liquidator coming back with another video. And it looked like Indiana columnist Gregg Doyel is back in the headlines after his weirdo conversation about Caitlin Clark. And we have Monica Minuck and Carmelo Anthony pretty much saying that Juju Watkins is a better player than Caitlin Clark. That is a debate that is going to be ringing bells for the next year and a half. For this one here, we got to go all the way up to Indy. Let's get it. Let's go. First to tell you, when the reporter had asked Caitlin Clark this weird question, I knew it wasn't going to end well. That was on opening day, pretty much after she had got drafted. Gregg Doyel has been in hot water ever since, and it looked like he's opened up another can of worms because he's now involved in another situation. And at this point, the man should just probably think about start another career in something else because he cannot seem to stay on the straight and narrow. Now, Outkick produced an article yesterday breaking down Gregg current situation, and yeah, man, it ain't looking good for Mr. Gregg. Let's pull it up right now. Stated, Weirdo sports columnist Gregg Doyel get worked up over Ohio State dominating Indiana, gets eviscerated on X. It's the day that ends in the letter Y. So Indy Star sports columnist Gregg Doyel is acting strange online. Thankfully, this scenario has nothing to do with him acting creepy towards WNBA star Caitlin Clark, but instead around the Ohio State Buckeyes blowing out the Indiana Hoosiers on Saturday. For anyone who may have forgotten, Doyel stole the show during Caitlin Clark induction press conference with the Indiana Fever, make a scene about himself, one of the strangest moves ever seen in a media setting. Introduced himself to Caitlin Clark by saying, real quick, let me do this, before reportedly forming a heart with his hands, a gesture Caitlin Clark does towards her family after games. Clark replied by very awkwardly asking, you like that? Before things got even weirder. I like that. You're here. I like that. You're here. Doyel responded, yeah, I like to do that to my family after every game, so it's very cool, Clark replied. Okay, start doing that to me, and we'll get along just fine. Now, this is the scene right here. I'm telling you right now, it did not end well for Mr. Doyel. Roll the footage.
Caitlin, Gregg Doyel, Indy Star. Real quick, let me do this.
You like that?
I like that you're here. I like that you're here.
I do that at my family after every game, so.
Okay, well, let's start doing it to me and we'll be able to get along just fine. So, question is.
Now, that was the scene that occurred, and like this was way back when, man, way back in April. And I'm telling you right now, the comments did not show no mercy to Mr. Doyel, dog, because they immediately eviscerated him online. Gregg Doyel burner hosiers. Somebody said he should be fired immediately. What the actual ish? This should be a fireable offense. It's totally inappropriate. I'm not one to question someone's employment, but Indy Stars should be calling Gregg Doyel. Why are you so creepy at Gregg Doyel? That's creepy. I mean, maybe he's an awkward public speaker when trying to improve. What was he asking her to allude to? Yeah, I'm imagining having to get upset about it. So as you guys can see here, man, the people was not happy when it first had went down. Let's get back to this article to see what happened to him the other day. And yeah, man, it ain't looking good for Gregg. Let's say, long story short, Doyel later apologized for his creepy actions, but was ultimately suspended by the Indy Star for 2 weeks. Naturally, each time he shares his opinion on social media nowadays, he gets tripped into obliteration, and Saturday was no exception. Doyel took serious offense to Ohio State scoring a touchdown with 35 seconds left in a regulation to ultimately cap off his win over Indiana 38-15. He specifically did not appreciate Ohio State quarterback Will Howard celebrating the nail in the coffin touchdown by putting out a fake cigarette to mock Indiana head coach Kurt. Sorry, guys. Oh man. I see that game. Like, I'm sorry for laughing. But Doyel taking offense to a 23-year-old college quarterback celebrating moment win over an undefeated team is odd behavior. And folks in his mentions were sure to point that out. Now, here is some of these current new tweets here, and it stated, this is Gregg Doyel tweet right here. Ryan Day risks injury to quarterback Will Howard to stick it to Signity. 2 QB sneaks into the teeth of IU defense with teammates sandwiching him into all that mess. And then Howard says, Google me, and puts out a cigarette. You're not the Ohio State University. Just one of them. Ohio State and Ryan Day ran up on Kirk, but Indiana deserves a spot in the college football playoffs. Let's move on to the last and final story. That is Carmelo Anthony and Monica Minut speaking about Juju Watkins potentially being better than Caitlin Clark. Now, just like I told y'all at the beginning part of this video, that is going to be a topic that is going to be talked about for a while, bro. I just got to keep it real. They're going to be talking about Caitlin Clark and Juju Watkins, because Juju Watkins, people believe that she's going to break Caitlin Clark's scoring record. And so when you look at these two style of plays, it's very, very, very different. And it's just kind of hard to gauge it,
Women's basketball, to me, is in great shape. What's your biggest prediction of women's basketball in 2025?
I got one name, Juju Watkins.
Say no more.
Yes.
Right?
Say no more.
Of course, I could give you a prediction about how it continues to grow. But I do think what we saw in the last 2 years is you need names to pin it to that have had crossover appeal. Juju's that girl. USC is in the new Big Ten. She's literally going to be playing ball all around the country. And we can maybe have this conversation in April, but let's see what that looks like in terms of being able to stir up the frenzy that we had that frankly carried Caitlin into this season. Caitlin had a fantastic year, rookie of the year, exceeded expectations. I think Juju has the potential to do the same thing when she gets to the pros, but if we could get that energy going from the college basketball ranks into the W season, I think it's only up.
I feel like anybody who's watched Juju Watkins hoop, like,
man, she's so cold.
She's Maya Moore, like
Very Maya Moore-esque.
super, bro.
her mid-game package is
just
elite.
easy.
Crazy.
Her footwork is elite.
I've seen a lot of memes online, and they said Caitlin and Angel Reese were Magic and Bird, and then Juju's gonna be Jordan. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because
interesting.
she got
I like
a
that.
different type of game. Yeah, she has a killer game. Like, it is no, you in front of me, I'm trying to eat. Like,
Yeah.
get out my way. Caitlin had a different type of killer. You know,
Mhm.
she'll pick you apart. She'll
Mhm.
shoot your lights out from half court. Like, she can pass. Juju is one-on-one.
It's nothing she
Get
can't
downhill,
do.
get to her
Yes.
package, get a
Golly.
bucket.
You getting cooked.
She's a bucket getter.
Cold.
Right.
It's funny because we told that line, particularly in the conversations around Black women, about, don't be humble. Incredibly humble, but as soon as the lights are on, as soon as you step on the court,
Yeah.
bump all
Mhm.
that. Like, she
Mhm.
killer, to your point.
She remind me a lot of you. Like,
Yeah,
a lot of the mid-range game, the smoothness, the ease in which she got buckets.
She does have that.
Yeah, Maya Moore is a thing, but just like move set wise, I'm like, that's Carmelo Anthony right there. That's
My
as far as
God,
I
that's
put
why
it.
Now, that was the discussion about Juju Watkins. I want to know your thoughts about it all. Down in the comment section, definitely let me know what you think about Juju Watkins and the Caitlin Clark debate. Keep them bills on, because you know what? I'm coming back with another video. And until next time, dog, shake the haters off. I'm out of here, baby. Peace out.
Shake